What's good, everybody? It's your boy Eddie here, and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And for today's video, we have a very special release, a very limited sneaker, and something that I wasn't too interested in, but after getting them in hand, I actually kind of dig them. But before we even continue, guys, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, as well as that notification bell. And what we got here is none other than the CPFM Flea 2s. And I did not only get it in the black colorway, but I also have it here in the faded spruce colorway. And I was not fortunate enough to cop it on the CPFM website raffle, but on that shock drop on Friday with the sneakers app, I was actually able to hit a colorway, and my wife was actually able to hit this green colorway right here. So fortunately for y'all, I have both pairs in hand to review. But first of all, I'm gonna start off with the box details real quick, because I love the packaging and how it looks, and it actually gives this sneaker a very premium collaborative vibe as opposed to other collaborations. So first of all, when we look at the box right here, you can see that we have it in this kind of baby blue. And then when we actually look at the Nike check, it's in that CPFM font. Next, when we go into the front of the box, you can see that we have that Flea 2 logo right there, as well as some Nike details with that CPFM font. Then on the back side, same thing, pretty much follows suit as the top of the lid. And then finally, we have our sticker tag right there with that yin and yang logo. And the sticker tag does read off as Nike CPFM Air Flea 2, and that colorway shown on this box is black and alabaster. And then when we look at the other box, it does just say faded spruce and alabaster. And I actually went with a true to size of a size 8. And I know there has been a lot of rumblings online about the sizing being too big or too small or whatever. All of those people are wrong, because I have the sneaker in hand, and literally if it's 100% true to size. So if you're a size 8, go with a size 8. And that's exactly what I did. And the fit is perfect. The shoe isn't really that bendable when you wear it, because the outsole is in this hard rubber traction pattern, but I do find the shoe to be very comfortable. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm thinking of keeping it, but I may stay away from it. I don't know. I'll see how I feel by the end of the review. Then once you open the lid right here, you can see that we are greeted with this nice, good quality yellow terry cloth cotton dust bag, man. And I love the fact that it does have the Nike Air Flea details on it, as well as the Just Do It details. And to me, this is what separates this collaboration from others due to its dust bag, because normally when you get a dust bag from a collaboration, it's that kind of cheap cotton that you can literally punch your hand through, or like push your hand through, and it'll rip. But this one has that kind of rugged, good quality feel to it. And also, one more thing to note about the inside of the box is the wax tissue paper that we get. So we have it in the same kind of cloud font, which I think looks really nice. So we have the nice cloud details, the big CPFM and Nike Air logo. So to me, this is exactly what makes it feel like a true collaboration. And when you actually look at Cactus Plant Flea Market as a brand, and its founder, Cynthia Liu, she was in the game for a minute and was actually under Pharrell for the BBC brand. And if you guys are familiar with Billionaires Boys Club, they was literally a hot commodity back into the early to mid to late 2000s and the early to mid 2010s. And I definitely loved the brand back then, but it's really cool to see how somebody from that brand was actually able to off place and create their own thing and make it turn into what it's become today, because now CPFM is a household name, and literally all of their collaborations, even the wacky ones, I definitely think this is one of the most true feeling collaborations, because this is its own silhouette. The Air Flea is something completely different. And when you look at the Air Flea 1, I still kind of felt that they had some of the Dunk DNA in it. And with this collaboration, it's 100% fresh, 100% new, and definitely brings something new to the table, man. And a lot of people are not gonna like the design of the silhouette, because at first I thought they looked ugly and they looked like car tires, but after really having them in hand, putting them on feet, they're definitely not gonna be easy to pull off. But if you're able to execute these, I think that these would be a great comfortable shoe to wear all year long. And with that being said, guys, that's gonna conclude the box details, as well as the little bit of history of this shoe that I can provide to y'all. There's nothing much to it. The only thing that I can say is that it has a big resemblance to the Nike Mars Yards, as well as the Balenciaga Destroyers, because when you look at the Balenciaga Destroyers, it has that kind of tire looking outsole, and it kind of wrap around the shoe like this does. And when you look at the Mars Yard, it definitely has that feel to it, because when you look at the toe box and the surrounding areas of it, it kind of has that same Mars Yard feel. So now when focusing onto the details of the shoe, guys, we're going to start off pretty differently, because there isn't no predominant toe box. So we're going to look at the uppers and outsoles of the shoe first. So when we look at the upper of the shoe, you can see that it's primarily made out of that neoprene material, which is just that soft and cushiony feel to it. And then when we look at the outsole, it starts off from the bottom, but then wraps around all the way into the back of the heel, and wraps around all the way even to the front of the toe box area. And for this, I definitely think that this is going to be an extremely durable shoe. However, I don't know what's the primary purpose of it, because with every Nike shoe, it's either a running shoe, a basketball shoe, a gym shoe, or whatever. But this one, I can't tell if it's a biking shoe, I can't tell if it's a hiking shoe. I'm really not sure, but if I had to put my money on it, I would say that this is a lifestyle or fashionable statement version of a hiking shoe, because with all of these waffle traction patterns that it has, it's going to be very grippy and durable. But again, I'm really not sure what is the primary purpose or physical activity that this shoe was made for. Then when we look at this oversized Nike check, don't worry guys, it's completely removable. And some people actually like this shoe better with the Nike check, but for some reason I personally prefer it without it, because one, when you wear this Nike check, if it bumps into something, it comes off completely. And I know it has these little pins that you could attach it onto, but this specific thing doesn't stick onto it pretty well. And then we have the straps. So there's no laces, it's just straps, and they fit pretty good and they stick pretty well. And after putting them on and tightening the straps, I feel no looseness or no loss of grip or heel slippage or anything. It just fits perfectly. And then something else I want to note is that when you look at this side of the shoe, you can actually see that there's this Nike check right there, which is a pretty cool detail. And then also, as I mentioned earlier, we have a bunch of pins all over the shoe. So when we look onto this side of the shoe, you can see that we are greeted with something that's similar to gibbets. That's what I'm going to call it for this video. And we do have this yin and yang logo right here, some Nike CPFM logos, and then we have these weird looking spiders on this side as well. And going back onto the left side of the shoe, we have more details, which is on the tongue. And what we have here is the Flea 2 logo. And then it also says just do it. But something else that I want to note is the fact that it does come with a strip of 3M. And I think that that's a really nice detail. It kind of speaks to the idea that this is a hiking shoe, because with that extra visibility of the 3M, it definitely helps when walking around in the nighttime. And then once we go into the back heel area of the shoe, you can see that we are greeted with multiple pull tabs. So on one, it does say Flea 2. And then on this side, it says Air, so it's a Nike Air Flea 2. Something else to note is the fact that when you look at the insole of the shoe, you can see that we have that heat signature right there. And it does have the L, which means the left side of the foot. And then something else to note about the outsole is that we do have an imprint of a foot right there. And I do love this detail because not only is it there, it can actually glow in the dark. And then when looking onto the left side of the faded spruce colorway, you can actually see that the same thing pretty much follows suit. The only difference is the fact that it has a different color to it. So again, the straps are black and the outsole is primarily black. But with the neoprene details, we have it in that kind of greenish, bluish colorway. And then something else to note on the outsole is the fact that we have this rubber detail in red. And then on the medial side, we have this rubber detail in yellow. And then when looking at the pull tabs, we have it in a green and blue material. And it also says here, Nike Air Flea 2. And then once we look at the tongue of the shoe, the same thing pretty much follows suit. So we do have the Flea 2, as well as that Just Do It logo right there. And then when looking at the right side of the shoe, I'm gonna start off with the faded spruce colorway first, because this is the only shoe that has major differences. So I'm gonna take off this Nike check. But then when you actually compare it to the left side of the shoe, it has this kind of teal blue colorway. And then on the right shoe, it has this kind of forest green or hunter green color right here. And then on this shoe, you have the red Nike Air pull tab, and then you have this yellow Flea 2 pull tab. And something else to note is that when you actually pull this pull tab down, it does reveal an embroidered Air logo right there. And then that's pretty much it, guys. The same thing pretty much follows suit other than these rubber details. So on this side, you have it in this brown colorway. And then on the medial side, you have it in this gray colorway. And then as I mentioned earlier, it does come with these kind of gibbets or pins, whatever you want to call it. And it does come in different colors, I guess, to match more of the colorway of the faded spruce as opposed to the all black. And we do have that yin and yang logo, spider logo, and all that type of stuff. And then once we get off the pins, you can actually see that we have this Nike CPFM tag right there, which is very similar to what we would get with a Jordan sneaker with that Jumpman tag. Then we have that R logo, which is pretty much stating that this is the right side of the foot. With that being said, guys, that's pretty much gonna conclude all the details of the shoe. So now, let's get right into this on for look, all right? The review as well as the on for look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Definitely let me know what you think about the CPFM Air Flea 1s. I definitely prefer the black colorway over the faded spruce, but I definitely want to know what y'all think in the comment section down below. So other than that, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all already know the rest, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.